Welcome, everybody, to the Upper Room, a St. Rose of Lima podcast. My name is Adam Cross. I'm the Director of Ministry at St. Rose, and today I have... Who are you?
My name is Teresa Solis. I'm the youth minister here at St. Rose.
Awesome. And you're not a teen yourself. Can we clarify that?
I'm not. Contrary to popular belief, I'm 24.
You're 24.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, people have asked you how old you are, right, in this job. They think you're a teen.
Some of the kids, they like, I go into small groups and they think that I'm like a student also. And then I start asking questions and they're like, oh.
Yeah. See, I think I had the opposite problem, and I was a youth minister before Teresa. But at a certain point, people just, I don't know, the teen just thought I was old. Like, I didn't look young. They just, I don't know, for me, it was like once I was 18, they thought I was old.
Oh my gosh.
You have a good problem.
I think you still look young.
I think I do too.
Yeah.
But to a 15-year-old, anyone who's not in high school is like an old person.
Maybe it's because I'm short.
I don't know, maybe.
And you're taller.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a guy thing. I don't know.
But I think this is a good plug. So if anyone over 18 is considered old to teenagers, anybody can work with teenagers, because It doesn't matter if you're 18 or you're 81. They will think you're old.
Except for me.
Except
I'm
for
the exception, but it's okay.
Yes. So if you're listening to this and you're like, hey, I want to get involved in youth ministry, but I'm too old. No, you're not.
Nope, we're not too old.
Yeah.
You're not too old.
Awesome. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about evangelization again. I think we're going to have multiple parts on evangelization and really be diving into what that looks like. But today's specifically going to be, what does evangelization look like in youth ministry, and how is our youth ministry here at St. Rose striving to meet Jesus, be Jesus, share Jesus. And I'm really giving Teresa a pop quiz here with all this. So
to everyone listening, I hate talking.
She does. This is great that she's talking.
I think this is going to be the most that people have ever heard me talk, which is kind of funny because I'm a youth minister.
Yeah. But once you're up in front of a room giving a talk, you're very good. But you're just more reserved elsewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Everywhere else.
Yeah. Like Teresa will lead worship. She'll kind of lead prayer during worship. And it's always really, really great. And so she can talk and she says really good things. So I guess to start, we're talking about evangelization. We're talking about our parish mission and vision, but we're focusing on kind of the primacy of evangelization, not just at St. Rose, but in the Catholic Church, right? And the Gospel of Matthew, before Jesus ascends into heaven, he gives the apostles the Great Commission, right, to go out and make disciples of all nations. And that's not just for the apostles or priests, but that's for the entire church, that we are called to evangelize. And every single mass we go to, at the end of mass, right, we're sent out to spread the love of Christ to others after receiving Jesus in the Eucharist. So we are a missionary church by nature. That's not anything new. That's 2,000 years old. But how is that played out in youth ministry? Like, how does youth ministry strive to evangelize and help teens encounter Christ and build a community of intentional Catholic disciples? I
was going to say that.
That is the youth ministry mission statement.
Yes, that is our mission statement. Our ministry is to help teens encounter Christ and to build a community of intentional Catholic disciples.
See, now you have to say more on that, though, because I beat you to it.
That's awful. You took my line.
So how do you guys do that? Like, what does youth ministry do to help foster that?
Well, I think youth ministry is just a very good community in general. A lot of our events that we do, they work towards that mission statement. For example, we have Glorify Nights every Sunday. At these Glorify Nights, we have time for icebreakers and fellowship. We have dinner together, and then we'll have someone give a talk on a subject. And then we break into small groups. And we have our youth ministry leaders, like they lead these small groups and go deeper into the discussion, go deeper into the topic that is talked about. Our leadership teams, we have 2 leadership teams. So we have lead for students in high school, and then core team. This is our adult team, anyone over the age of 18. So again, you are not too old. As long as you are over 18, you can be part of our core team. But once you join a leadership team over the summer, we do have trainings, and this is to help grow in leadership, help develop these skills. And I just think help the leaders be more confident in evangelizing and more confident in sharing their faith. And then they take what they learn through leadership, and then we help with confirmation classes. We help at the Glorify Nights. They lead small groups, and there's a lot of opportunities for growth, a lot of opportunities for evangelization. I don't know.
That's good. So, and I think youth ministry is in a good spot where it is really following the meet Jesus, be Jesus, share Jesus mission. And we've kind of come up with we didn't come up with the baseball diamond, but we use it. And you think of meet Jesus as that first base, second base is be Jesus, and then third base is share Jesus. And you kind of think of lifelong faith formation as just kind of rounding the bases. And I think youth ministry does a really good job of hitting all those bases. And it doesn't always have to be linear, like some people start at be Jesus, some people start at share Jesus, but most people start at meet Jesus. But I think kind of what you're saying is like something like, so first year confirmation is the Alpha program.
Yeah.
That's a great meet Jesus event for teens to foster a real relationship with Christ and each other as the church. And then you have formation, which is more be Jesus. So that's kind of the catechesis of second year confirmation, but then also your leadership. So maybe one thing is good to clarify, because it's not the same at every parish, but how is it having youth ministry and confirmation separate, but kind of helping each other? Like, how does that work? What is that like for you?
Yeah, a lot of people get this wrong, and they think that it's the same thing. But here at St. Rose, we have the confirmation program is one separate program run by our religious education, and then youth ministry is its own little community. But we do work very closely with confirmation. So like I run the Alpha program for year 1, and a lot of my youth ministry leaders, they want to come back and they run small groups for year 1 confirmation. And then a lot of our catechists for year 2, they are youth ministry leaders. So like right now, my assistant youth minister, Christian Sanders, he's teaching a year 2 class, and then some of our core members are teaching classes. So I think what I like about it is, and I think like what the teens have told us is that, it's nice having us lead it because we're like the same age or around the same age. We like go through the same things as they're going through. And I think, I don't know, it's a good, like, I don't know how to word this. Like I feel like it's a more personal encounter, that our programs work so close together. And then it's like a good stepping stone once the kids leave confirmation and they still want to be part of like a community. And they want to take what they learned in confirmation and apply it or live out their faith. And then they can come to youth ministry and like come back. And that's the shared Jesus.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So they're separate. They're not the same thing, but they're integrated.
Yeah.
And they kind of are helping each other and feeding each other. I think that's awesome, because a lot of parishes don't have a youth ministry. They'll probably just have confirmation, or they might have kind of just like a youth night, but we have a full ministry that does I mean, multiple things a week. You have a lot going on for youth ministry.
Yes.
Like it keeps you busy. So
It's fun.
it is. So, going back to evangelization, in other podcasts, we've talked about the kerygma, right? So people really getting the initial proclamation of the gospel, right? So kerygma is Greek for that initial encounter or proclamation in evangelization. So initial proclamation of the gospel, the good news, right? That Jesus died for us, that he rose, that death is not the end for us, that there's new life, that we have a savior, that we can be saved. So all that said, how does a teen meet Jesus in youth ministry? Like, what does that encounter look like, and where might it happen for somebody?
I can talk about, like, I've been at St. Rose for my whole life. I went to middle school I'm a St. Rose alumni. With my family were altar servers. I grew up here, so I went through confirmation here, and before I moved away for college, I was a little bit involved with youth ministry, but I think, like, for me, the big, like, meet Jesus moment was on my confirmation retreat. And I think a lot of the teens, like, for confirmation retreats, like the big year 2 retreat, just, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain this.
What happens on the retreat?
Not used to talking. What happens on the retreat?
Yeah.
We meet Jesus.
What do you do?
We go away for the weekend, and it's all the youth ministry leaders are leading it. So like Adam was the leader for my retreat. We have time for worship. We have time for adoration. There's confession. We have mass up there. And then I think the big thing where I saw Jesus was we have witness talks, and it's just leaders and in youth ministry who essentially, like, they give a talk about where they've encountered Jesus in their life. It's usually through, like, I guess, like, people go through things and then how they've seen Jesus work through it, and then how, like, where they are now. And I think just those personal encounters is how I see Jesus. I see Jesus through, like, the people that I meet, and just, like, I guess, seeing other people on fire for their faith and seeing, like, hey, like, well, they've got something going on, like, they've been through all this, and then, like, like, people have been through all these things, and then they're still coming back, and I guess that's how I've seen Jesus.
There's a kid screaming in the background. That's my daughter.
I think like our glorifying nights are good. The things that we talk about, the topics that we cover are good, but I really think that just the personal encounter with each other at youth ministry, like, we do a lot of fellowship events, so a lot of hangout nights, and it's really just us coming together and, like, eating dinner together, praying together, worshiping together. And I think people see Jesus in each other, and that makes them want to come back. And then it's that, like, be Jesus, like Adam was saying, the more, like, catechetical part of it, and more learning about the faith. So I think it's just a lot of personal encounters with
nice people. Good. Yeah, and I think that's spot on. Like, I think it's awesome that at Glorify Nights, which are Sundays at 6:30 p.m. in the hall.
Yes.
Plug. There's food, there's games, but the fact that there's Eucharistic adoration, twice a month?
Yeah.
Yeah. So teens are physically encountering Jesus at youth ministry, and then there's a witness talk that's really personal, that's vulnerable, and then the retreat is kind of like an explosion of that, right? Where it's like the speakers really go deep, and they're really open, and part of that is just showing the teens that like, hey, we can talk about real stuff, and the faith isn't just like, I don't know, surface level. Like there are real issues and wounds that everybody deals with, and then these talks kind of give the teens permission to open up and really like place that at the foot of the altar, which is really powerful, I think, and it's awesome. So retreats are huge. And then, do you want to talk? So, how many retreats do you do a year? What does that look like, or what other stuff do you have besides Glorify Nights?
So retreats, we have, I would say, 3 main ones a year. So in August, at the end of August, usually the end of the summer, we have a leadership retreat, and this is for all of our leaders in youth ministry. And then end of the year, around November, December, we go on a retreat with year 1 confirmation. This past year was our first year going away. Usually we have the retreat here at St. Rose, but this past year we decided to go away. So we went to Santa Barbara for the weekend, and I think we'll keep doing that. It was a good experience, and everyone loves going away. So we have year 1 retreat, and then around springtime, that's when our big year 2 confirmation retreat is. So three big retreats. And then, other than Glorify Nights, we always have a lot going on. So we have, during the week, we do have a women's group going on right now every Wednesday night. We have like random hangout nights sporadically through the year. We have just meetings with our leadership teams, like formation meetings. We're trying to start going to daily mass together. So we do have a group of people in our core team who go to mass daily on Friday mornings, which is really cool. So I want to try to do that in the evenings for the teens in high school who want to come to mass with us. And then we sometimes table after mass. I feel like there's always a lot going on, and we help out with events going on in the church. So like the chili cook-off coming up June 25th, we'll be helping out with that. Nice. Always got a lot going on. There's always something to do.
And when is middle school ministry too?
Oh yes, middle school ministry. Every other Wednesday here in the hall from 3 to 5 p.m. So this is for middle schoolers. Yes, cool. Yes. And our leaders help run that too. Very, very fun. This summer, for the first time, we are going to try having middle school ministry events in the summer.
Cool.
So
that's awesome.
That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And are you guys doing any summer events specifically for youth ministry?
Oh, yes. This is where all the fun stuff comes in. So June, July, we'll do slip inside kickball. Nice. Humans versus zombies, which is a big Nerf battle around the school. I think we're gonna try to do an outdoor worship night. I'm gonna see, because I have some friends from college who play in a worship band, so I'm gonna see if they'll come and play, and then we'll have adoration outside. A lot of fun stuff, and then of course leadership trainings if anyone is interested in joining.
Yeah, awesome. So where can someone apply or find out more information?
For lead, so our lead applications, I don't know when this is coming out. They're
probably past the due date.
Man. So you can find out more information on our Instagram. I'm going to plug our Instagram. It's at STRLYM. And then in our bio, it's the link to the leadership application. If you want to look at it, look through it. And so I think our Instagram is a really good way to keep up with what we're doing. We post pretty regularly. And then let's see, flock note. We do have a flock note. I don't know what the number is for that.
Me neither.
Off the top of my head.
Yeah.
We'll send it through the parish flock note, but and then in the bulletin, we do have a space for announcements, and we usually do pulpit announcements. Yes. Oh, I forgot a summer event, Faith on Fire. That's a big one.
What is that?
Shoot, we haven't planned it yet.
Or what is it?
What is it? It'll be a recurring same day during the week. We usually meet in the mornings. I'll bring coffee and donuts, and then it's a space where we're going to talk about like hot topic, like Catholic questions. I have a few teens who are helping me plan it, so they'll pick topics, and we usually, like last year, we talked about Catholic dating, we talked about abortion, we talked about faith and science, just different topics like that. And then it's really a space where we can come and someone will present on the topic, and then we open the floor for questions, and it's just a place where we can have open discussions about these things. So good event.
That's great. Yeah. That's really cool. So there's a good mixture of like evangelization encounter. And I like how you said that we can encounter God through other people as well. You know, like even something like eating dinner with somebody is an encounter with somebody. Like that's what Jesus did. He ate with people. But then you have Be Jesus, you have these formation events for your leaders. You have Faith on Fire, you have, the confirmation parts of it too. And then you have Shared Jesus, right? Where it's kind of cycling back into retreats, to people leading, to, evangelizing to confirmation students or high schoolers or middle schoolers. So that's awesome. That's awesome that that's all happening. So yeah, a lot of good stuff going on. I don't know, anything else people should know about youth ministry? Any random tidbits or
tidbits? I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people think that if you are past confirmation and you are like even a young adult, like you can't come to youth ministry events unless you're a leader. So like, I just want to tell people that I'm here at the church all the time. If anyone ever wants to come and just hang out, my office is always open. So I think, like you don't have to be a leader to come and hang out with us or like do stuff with us. Awesome. So yeah, I just want to emphasize that like we're here for the community. If anyone ever wants to come after school or like study for finals, our office is always open. We always keep our fridge stacked with good drinks. We have snacks all the time. We just clean up our patio. So yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you got some Dr. Pepper in there and some chips and
we have all the good sodas. We rotate our soda selection weekly to make everyone happy.
The stuff that matters. Yeah.
It really does. It really does.
Well, that's great. So yeah, I mean, I think it's huge that you're available for people, for teens, but for the community at large. And this is a really good model for evangelization. If people are looking for a way to get involved, and you might have a passion for working with young people, shoot Teresa a text or find them on Instagram and don't be afraid to reach out. Because formation is included, it sounds like. There's a lot of great opportunities just to meet other people, and there's trainings for them. So
I think awesome. Like I was talking to someone, like this came up, people are thinking about leadership right now. This is when our application period is, and they're like, well, I don't think I'm a good enough Catholic to do this, or I don't think I know about the faith to be ministering to other teens. And I just want to emphasize that like we're not perfect. Like I don't know, I definitely don't know everything. I know. All of our leaders aren't perfect. We're all growing together. We're all here for one purpose, and that's to encounter Jesus together. So you don't have to be like a perfect leader or have all these qualifications to join. It's just if you have a passion for ministering to others, if you have a passion for sharing Jesus, then we got a place for you. If you just want to come and meet new people and hang out, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be like at a certain level to join, but
no, that's really important, because that can be a huge, I think, trap that people fall into. So I'm not good enough, or I don't pray enough, or I have to pray a certain amount of rosaries a day to be able to join, and I think the saying is God doesn't call the equipped, he equips the calls. Right. So if he's putting a call on your heart to join this ministry or any ministry, that's worth looking at. And the formation happens. The training is available. You don't have to be a theologian to do this work, and you don't have to be. I mean, arguably, you don't have to be good at working with teens either. I think you just have to be yourself and be authentic, because young people can kind of see through that really quick. So you have to just to be open. And in my experience working in youth ministry too, because I was old as soon as I was 18, is that they'll teach you stuff, like they'll teach you what's going on in their world. And if you don't understand the vocabulary or the fads, or that's not a limitation, that's actually an opportunity to just like understand where they're at and to listen to them. So that can be a really great way just to get to know young people and walk with them in the faith. So, so our limitations become the means of spreading the gospel, which is awesome. So, okay. So we're going to keep talking about evangelization on this podcast, but thank you, Teresa, for coming on today and talking about it in the youth ministry context. And this whole podcast, The Upper Room, is really focused on parish renewal as we're seeking to be a missionary parish, that, going back to that Great Commission. I think we've talked a lot about where the church is at in terms of kind of statistics and people leaving the church. And I think we'll do more podcasts on that specifically. I know our bishop, which we're super blessed to have, Bishop Barron, talks a lot on this issue. The nuns, right? The NONESs, the people who are unaffiliated, who have fallen away from the church, that we're really seeking as a parish to reach out to those who don't know Christ. This image of the prodigal son, to be serving the prodigal son who is out and away, to be going out to them. Right. So that is our mission and our call. And then as the older brother, to love one another, love each other in the parish too, to be able to share that love of God with one another in community. But thank you again, Teresa, for coming on today. And thank you for talking. I'm just kidding. You did good. But we'll have to have you on again so we can talk about some of the other great things going on in youth ministry or confirmation and stuff like that. So,
more plugs.
More plugs, endless plugs. And they eat more than pizza for dinner, I think. So
yeah, we have Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, official sponsor.
Come for Taco Bell. Pay for Jesus. No, that's not.
Sometimes that's how it works. Okay. Well, thank you again, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next time. God bless. Bye.